Okay, guys, let me mention here 6th December and save it. Let me just share the screen. What's going on? Okay, so let me proceed and let me mention here 6th December, save it. And please note, as you might have seen yesterday, actually the file got corrupted. I don't know why, and it's showing 1 KB. How can be a video file be of 1 KB? So it's gone. The file is gone. Anyways, nothing to worry. Let me quickly start it and teach you, and let's begin the session. And please note one more important thing, that our session or our syllabus is going to be over, means our regular sessions will be over somewhere, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere like that. Okay, and after that the bonus sessions will start. Okay, but about that discussion we'll do later at the end. Right now please focus on the screen and don't start asking question about bonus sessions. We will discuss on the last day of the syllabus, somewhere Monday, Tuesday, and then we'll start the bonus session. What is bonus session? How we will take? When we will learn? What about resume? What about other things? Wait. Let's speak about that later. And let's move ahead and let me talk about the yesterday's important point. Actually, yesterday we started learning the concept called as visual force page. But before that, we understood one very important thing. What is visual force page and what all the things you should know about visual force page. Actually, it's an important point, and the file got corrupted, but that's the reason I want to make it again, repeat it, because I want you guys to have this complete clarity. In the market, many companies are using the visual force page today also. So it's not like that everyone is using Lightning. So you should know this also. So let's proceed. And first of all, let's talk about MVC architecture. Please note, MVC stands for, or if anyone is asking what is the this is an interview question, by the way. This is a common interview question. If they ask you what is the architecture in Salesforce or what is MVC architecture or all this stuff, then answer MVC means model view controller. And actually here in the model, all the data related things will come. In view, all the UI related things will come, means button, table, etc. In controller, logical thing will come, means maybe kind of workflow rule, maybe trigger, etc. Okay, I'll just mention here. So anything about data, for example, fields, table, etc. These things come here. In fact, you are going to see that in the diagram, so no need to write again. It will be in the diagram. Example of M, yeah, it's there. Object, relationship, etc. Even fields and everything. These are all related to M. M means model. Example of V, tab, button, link, page layout, visual force page, etc. Example of C, Apex code, workflow rule, plus also, how can you forget triggers? Okay, and now let me show you a recent interview question. What is force.com? Now, this is a famous interview question. Remember that. Force.com is a platform and Salesforce.com is a software. Okay, but please note, but everything belongs to company Salesforce itself. So force.com is a example of PaaS. Salesforce.com is example of SaaS. Let us see what exactly is the meaning of that with some explanation. Pay attention. Actually, if you are going to use Java, then you need some platform. You are going to use .NET, you need some platform. Similarly, if you are going to use Salesforce, you need a platform. Please note this point. What is that platform? Now see, tell me, while using Salesforce or while using Salesforce, do you install something on your laptop, in your system? You download something while using Salesforce? Do you do that? No, it's something which we go on internet. So it's called as which kind of technology? It's called as which technology? Cloud technology. Very good. It's a cloud technology. Means anything which we refer on internet and nothing is dependent on our laptop or system is called as cloud technology. Correct answer. Please note, Salesforce software, Salesforce.com is a software name of the software. Okay. And now, don't you think there should be a base for the software? This software will run on the sky. How? There should be a base. So for .NET there is a base, for Java there is a base, for Salesforce also there should be a base, and that base is actually called as force.com. Force.com. What is the meaning of that? Let me tell you. Pay attention. Actually, force.com is nothing but the platform. And that's why in the cloud computing technology, this is an example of platform as a service. Tell me, if you are going to if you are going to use Gmail, for example, okay, or maybe Netflix. Suppose you are using Netflix and you made the payment. Let's say 199 rupees. Have you bought Netflix then? By that 199 rupees, you bought the entire company or what? You bought the company? No. Then what you did? What you did then? Service. You have taken a service. Very good. Is it a lifetime service? Like in the entire life, whole life, Netflix service is yours? No. Limited period. Limited period. Exactly the same thing, guys. Please note, when you are going to join any company, Salesforce software is also service. You are not going to buy Salesforce company. It's going to tell you, okay, do one thing, guys, pay this much thousands of dollars, and we will give you Salesforce for 1 year. So you are actually taking the service, and that is a software as a service. You are not buying that, it's a service. Similarly, force.com, which is given to you by Salesforce, where we do programming. To make it more simple, force.com is a platform where we do programming. Have you bought that before coming to this class? Have you bought that platform, that you are going to use this force.com, it's your property? No. Salesforce is giving you some service for some limited period. It's also a service for you, but that's a platform, so that's called as platform as a service. Okay, so there are two things: software as a service and force.com, platform as a service. There is one more thing in the cloud computing, that is called as the infrastructure as a service. Please note, to run the Salesforce platform, don't you think we need RAM, we need servers, we need processors, we need big machines, we need lots of, like, a big room where all the wirings and all the things are happening? Correct? So have you ever done this in your life, or anything we discuss about this? Anything? So after getting a job, you need to now work on the server and go to the server room and set up the server. No, do we do this kind of things in the market? Developers will do this? No. Who will do this? Who will do this? Then who will do this kind of things? Yeah, Salesforce company, the company itself will do that. Very good. This is not your work. This is not my work. Admin developers will not do all these things. So the infrastructure which is given by Salesforce to you, the RAM, the server, the processor, everything is managed by Salesforce company, and that's called as infrastructure as a service. So tell me, in the entire cloud computing, if I tell you there are three layers: PAS, SAS, and IaaS. So in our career, which all the layers we are going to encounter directly? We are going to encounter what all the layers we are going to directly encounter. Directly, I'm saying directly. SAS, correct? We are going to work Salesforce software directly, correct? And PaaS, very good. Because doing programming is nothing but working on PaaS. The developer console which you have used, it's kind of PaaS. Now, are you going to work on servers also of Salesforce? Remove this server, add that server, change the processor? No. So that's not your area. Okay. In our career, IaaS is not our area. I hope you are clear. The three foundation of cloud computing. You need to focus only on force.com and salesforce.com. Extra point: whenever we do coding in Salesforce, actually indirectly we are working on force.com platform. So admin or clients work on salesforce.com layer, and devs work on salesforce.com and force.com. Okay, we work on both. Admin clients work on only one. They don't do programmings. Okay. Confusing point: when interviewer will ask you architecture of Salesforce, people talk about multi-tenant architecture. That example of like governor limit and for example like something like apartment. Okay, apartment example. Okay, this is wrong. Don't give that example. That's actually only for your governor limit concept. Don't give that example. Actually, this is not related to project building, right? This is not for your project. So this is not your answer. Your answer should be this. This should be answer. Okay. So if they say what is architecture, don't say like it's a multi-tenant architecture and there will be one apartment, and after that you are going to have kind of this scenario, etc. No, no, no. It's actually the MVC pattern you are going to say. Okay. Note this. Fine. All right. Let me go for next point. Now, please note here in the market, please note many companies are stopped using Visual Force page. Some still using, companies are still using. Okay, Some still use. So what replaced in Visual Force page? Lightning component. Only this much. So actually, in the entire syllabus, whatever I taught you, from the admin till the development, the good news for you is, suppose if tomorrow you are going to join in a company where the Lightning is the platform, or Lightning program is also platform. Please note, only this topic, Visual Force page, will be useless for you. Apart from that, every topic we saw from the day one of the syllabus till the day end, everything will be useful for you. And that is the reason I designed this kind of syllabus, so that here you will not waste your time by learning something what not useful. Only one concept is there which will be useless for you. That's also depending on company. That's the only concept, Visual Force page. Again, that depends on which company you're joining. Maybe it's going to be useful for you also. Okay. So that's the only one point we are going to forget, or like we are going to not use. Okay. Fine. Now it's time to go for next point. The next point here is, I'm going to now show you one important thing. And please note, anyone who joined the session, please note, this is anyone joined late. Please note, this is the yesterday session recap, because video got corrupted yesterday. So same thing what yesterday we saw, it's the same thing. Okay. Fine. So now please note here, this is the diagram you need to remember. Okay. So this view model controller, I already explained this for a few minutes. So this is the answer for your interview question if they ask you. Next, now in this case, let me tell you why to use Visual Force page. Because still thousands of companies will ask you the question in the interview. So whatever students are getting placed, what you are able to see in the Telegram group, please note, 8 out of 10 people are getting the questions related to Visual Force page also. So don't consider it as a kind of useless topic. If such kind of question they're asking in the interview and you're not answering, then the chances of getting hired is gone. Okay. So be serious with that also. And to work on complex pages. So why we use Visual Force page? We use this for working on complex pages to display records from multiple objects. When we want more than 2-column display of data. Now please note, it is impossible in Salesforce without programming to show more than 2 columns. Since the admin syllabus, whatever objects you created, and as an output of that object, whatever columns you got is always and always 2 columns. It's always 2 columns only. For example, let me show you here. Let me click on any object, maybe contact object. Click on any record. Please note, by default only 2 columns, or you can make it 1 column also. But 3 column, impossible. Impossible to have 3 columns, 4 columns, 5 columns. Then how we can achieve? Coding, simple. And how? Visual Force page, simple. Okay, remember this also one more reason why you are going to use Visual Force page. To edit multiple records at the same time, it's not possible without programming. By default, not possible. To create multiple records at the same time, custom analytical capability means, suppose you are going to take some advanced charts, etc., using JavaScript code, which is not available in Salesforce, by the way. So at that time, you are also do coding in Visual Force page. This is one more example. Not compulsory, okay? I'm just telling you what kind of things we do in the market. Show lightning component in classic page. If you want to show lightning thing in classic, then also this Visual Force page will be useful. Use external JavaScript libraries like jQuery, Chart.js to perform or additional things on the page which is not available in Salesforce. Okay, means whatever is not available in Salesforce by default, you are going to do coding. So the moral is, when you can't do the needed things in declarative mode, standard page form given by Salesforce, then definitely go for Visual Force page. Next, now let me talk about one important thing, which is the important interview question. In fact, they will be using this kind of words. Remember, whenever customer using the word declarative and config approach, it means working on project without coding. Remember this word. No one is going to tell you in the office what is the meaning of config or what is the meaning of declarative. You need to understand all these things. Customization or non-declarative approach means coding. These are the different words we use in the market. In short, admin syllabus you learn is a declarative approach, and development syllabus you're learning is a non-declarative approach. Remember this also. Now let us see what is Visual Force page. Visual Force page is a proprietary web development language of Salesforce. It's a property of Salesforce. It's not something other companies owning. The syntax is similar like HTML. So we are going to see in some time, or we are going to learn HTML as an additional bonus knowledge you will be getting in this syllabus. HTML knowledge also, which I'm going to give you shortly, because this will give you a good start to learn Visual Force page. This fits in view level of MVC, allows developers to build custom web pages. Oh, wait, let me just see here. So allow developers to build custom web pages, not intended for pure custom website creation. See, you cannot create websites in Visual Force page. It is only to be used within Salesforce. Okay, it's not a website like HTML or some different website. It's internal to Salesforce. Strength, it allows you to developers to easily create the complete custom page that has exact look and feel like a standard Salesforce page. And the basic level of web designing knowledge also, or if you are having HTML knowledge also, you can do very good things in the Salesforce. Okay, you can do many good things. That's the reason I'm going to teach you basics of HTML. Okay, a prerequisite for learning Visual Force page. Because if you learn HTML, you can easily learn Visual Force page. So does that mean you need to just now join any trainer who teach HTML and go to the websites and learn HTML? No. Here, everything is taken care by this program. You just understand what all the things are necessary to know for you guys in HTML. See, actually, HTML code is nothing but used for creating the websites in the entire world. All the websites are created in HTML. HTML contains just tags, nothing else. Tags, 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 tags. Why to use tag? Every tag will have one meaning, and every tag will give some specific effect on the website. For example, if you use B, then this tag will show letters in bold in the website. Okay, let me tell you an example also for this. And also note some important thing. Every HTML document begins with HTML and ends with /HTML. That's the rule of HTML document. That is starting tag and ending tag, exactly same way the way you guys saw start test and stop test. Whenever you see / like this, it means it's the ending tag, okay, closing tag. Same like this kind of if condition, starting and closing. Okay, so the visible part, whatever customer see on the website, that we write in the HTML document between body. And by using all this knowledge, let me write your first visual HTML page. Copy this code, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to paste this in the new file. I'm going to paste this in the new file, and I'm going to save this file. I'm going to save this file to test it as a HTML page. How you are going to do this testing, let me tell you. Actually, you do one thing. So I'm going to create one folder, and that folder I'm going to create on in my laptop. In that folder, I'm going to give so I'm going to save this file. Let's say my website. Okay. So what kind of type of the website it is? Websites are in XML format. Websites are Excel format. Websites are PPT format. No, websites are always HTML format. So please note, don't select doc, don't select text, only select HTML, because websites are created always in HTML. And save, and you have successfully created a HTML page. How we are going to use this, let me show you. I'm going to proceed for that folder which I created on my desktop. Where is that folder? Where is that folder? Oh, here is the folder. Just give 1 second. And here we go. So this is the file. So it's a website, because here you can see the icon. It shows like a symbol like website. Okay. So HTML pages are like websites. How to run this? Do we need any special software for that? No. HTML runs on browser. We don't need any special software. Every computer in the industry or every laptop will be in the world having some browsers. So you don't need any special software for this. Just do one thing, right click on this, and maybe open by some kind of open within the Google Chrome or something like that. You select something like that. Any browser, by the way, any browser, doesn't matter. Okay, any browser you can use. And look at this. This is my HTML page. This is my website, a simple website, and this is my website. And now let me teach you that why I have given this example to you, because I want to tell you how tags are going to make impact on the website. Tags are going to make impact. How tags are powerful. First of all, you write HTML and HTML as a starting and ending tag. Then whatever you want to show to the customer on the screen on the website, put in the body. If you want to show something as a heading, H1 means heading, write in the H1 tag, starting and closing. And just look at this. Because of that only, here, let me show you. Because of that only, if you see, it's showing me my first heading. Okay. So whatever you're writing, you're getting the results. Then bold. This is important line which will show in bold. And look at this. Look at this. It's coming in the bold. And finally, this is underline. You means underline. If I go for this page, you can see it's underline coming. Okay. So like this, whatever you write, whatever you write, you will get all those things. And according to that, you will be getting. And one more thing, this BR means break. So one break you want to give like some spacing, some line, then you can use some kind of break. So starting and closing means break means one line. One line you want to give as a break space. Okay. Fine. So this is how HTML programming works. And if you understood this, you are in a good position to understand the Visual Force page also. Fine. So like this, we can do many things in HTML. But anyways, our purpose is not to learn HTML, but to actually be ready for Visual Force page. So moral, everything in HTML is created by tags, same like Visual Force page. Every tag in HTML has some specific impact on UI page, that is same like Visual Force page also. HTML will be starting tag. Similarly, in Visual Force page also there is a tag called as apex. Just look at this. All the things are same like HTML. Okay. So now you're in a good position to understand HTML and Visual Force page both combined together. Let me proceed and go to the next level. And in the next level, I'm going to tell you that what exactly here we will have as a tag. So in HTML, we saw tag, bold, HTML body. We will have this kind of tags in Visual Force page. Apex page, apex page block, apex page block section, apex form. This kind of tags we will have in Visual Force page. Okay, we will see that by the way, step by step. You don't worry about this. We are going to see step by step. Okay. And now let me go for next point. So just understand that we will have some kind of flow like this in Visual Force page. And now I'm going to proceed for showing you your first Visual Force page. But before that, let me tell you some important thing. How to create the first Visual Force page. Okay. So to create the first Visual Force page, follow this track, follow this path. So let me go to Salesforce environment and let me go to setup. And go to this setup and go to this build and go to the develop. Go to the develop. And now click on Visual Force page. Where is the Visual Force page? This one, Visual Force page. Here you can create Visual Force page. Even in the developer console you can create. Okay. We'll speak about that. We'll see that one by one. Right now, let's go with this scenario. Click on Visual Force page. And now let me create a Visual Force page. Click on New Visual Force page and see what's going to happen. It is getting loaded. Wait. Okay. Give some name. Let's say maybe VFP. Maybe I will just create here different date. Something like this. Okay. Description, anything. Available lighting. So please note Visual Force page you can use in lightning also. If you want to use that, select this option. Okay. Next. If you want to give security for your pages, means from one page to another page, when you are having any communication, Hackers can steal the data. It's possible. Salesforce says, I have a good solution for you guys. The solution is you just select this checkbox and I will give you the CSRF security cross-site reference forgery. So Shekhar, it means something we need to do from our side? No, it's not your responsibility. Don't worry. Select this and forget. That's all. Next. After that here, so let me just skip it and scroll down. Now see, I'm not going to touch any code, okay? I'm not going to touch any code. Let it be like this. This code is called as the boilerplate code. This by default code, when it comes, it's called as boilerplate code. Why I'm telling this? Because in a few weeks now, you're going to join a company, you're going to get a job with your all good efforts. And at that time, you should know all these kind of standard words we use in the industry. By default code, whatever comes in any technology or in Salesforce called as boilerplate code. Okay. So let it be like that. I'm not going to touch and quick save. My Visual Force page is saved. If you want to see the output of the Visual Force page, then there is a button that's preview. Apart from that, there are different ways to see Visual Force page, but don't worry, step by step, we will learn. Click on preview. And this is your Visual Force page is getting loaded now. Okay, so what is Visual Force page? This is not the Visual Force page. This is not the Visual Force page. Visual Force page is the white area. Please note, Visual Force page is the white area. Okay, please note this point. This is the white area. All right, so it's coming as a congratulations and your first new page. Why? Let us see code. See here, I'm going to explain this code. Now pay attention. This is your first Visual Force page code, so you should understand this as a proper basic way. And I'm going to show you here. See, first of all, can you guess what is line number 2 and line number 5? What is that? What do you think is line number 2 and 5? Very good. Comments. Correct answer. So this is how we write comment in Visual Force page. Angular bracket, starting, exclamatory mark, dash, dash, and then space and write whatever you want to write. Then space, dash, dash, closing bracket. Okay. Correct answer. Let me remove that. We don't want that comments. Now see how Visual Force page is designed. First of all, the page is getting started with Apex page and getting ended with Apex page. That's a rule for every Visual Force page. Then I'm using H1 and there it's coming as a message, congratulations. Now there is a message hidden in line number 2, a kind of moral, a kind of consideration, which you should get automatically when you see this line number 2. What is that? You should understand one fact now, one consideration now. Good. HTML tags also supported in Visual Force page. Very good. Those students who said this, superb, correct answer. Okay. So the consideration is HTML tag also supported in Visual Force page. Please note, not only HTML, jQuery, EXTJX, React.js, AngularJS, and apart from that, CSS things, JavaScript, lots of things are supported by Visual Force page. Is it necessary? You should know all these things? No. Out of 10,000 jobs, any 2-3 jobs will ask you to know these additional things. Otherwise, remaining jobs are okay if you have the knowledge of Visual Force page. That's enough. Anyways, HTML also you got the knowledge. So please note, don't focus on unwanted things, which is not going to be part of your career. And now it's time to go for the next point. So this one basic page we have seen. Now, please note here, the way it's hard to imagine a trigger without Apex class, which gives logic to trigger. On the same note, it is hard to imagine a Visual Force page in the real-time project without a controller. Please note this point. Even though possible, without Apex class, trigger is possible. Without trigger, without Apex class, trigger is possible. Yes, but is it useful? Is it useful? No, it's not useful. Very good. Similarly, without any controller concept, Visual Force page is possible. And the example is in front of you. The example is in front of you. Look at this. Without controller, Visual Force page is created. but such pages are useless. Okay, it will not have any kind of special capability, so it's useless page. So definitely then you will be having triggers in Apex class. Similarly, controllers in Visual Force page. What is controller, by the way? The way Apex class gives logic and logic to trigger, controller gives logic plus data to Visual Force page. Remember this important line. Controller gives logic, business logic and data to Visual Force page. Okay, note this important point. And triggers will give only logic to Apex class. Next, Apex class will give this kind of or Apex class trigger combination will have the logical activities, and Apex class will write logic. Trigger will only have the code of forwarding here and there. That's all. So let us see what is controller now. What are controllers in Salesforce? Means in Visual Force page. Okay, in VFP. So what is the backend? What is going to help a Visual Force page? See, controllers are helpful for providing data and business logic to Visual Force page because Visual Force pages are dumb. Please note this point. Visual Force pages are dumb. They don't have any brain. That's why you just tell show this table, it will show. Show this button, it will show. Show this H1, hello, how are you? Show. That's all. It is having no brain. It will just listen to you, do that. No logic, no calculation, no computation, no logical activity. It's dumb. That's the reason here we have to use controller because Visual Force page is not for the logical thing. Okay, fine. So what kind of controllers then we can have? So we can have three types of controllers: standard controller, custom controller, controller extension. Let us learn step by step. What is standard controller? So these kind of three controllers we can have in Visual Force page. Standard controller. So see, controllers give two things, okay? Data and logic, you know. And controllers can be what? Please note, very important line. Controllers can be what? I'm not asking you types of controllers. See, if I ask you types of controller, tell this answer. But if I ask you controllers means what, then you should say controller can be an object or controller can be Apex class, nothing else. Controller can be object or controller can be Apex class, nothing else. Standard object, custom object, anything we can use. So Shekhar doesn't mean that an object or an Apex class will be used to get a data and logic for the Visual Force page. Yes, correct. How? Wait, let's go step by step. Don't worry. And let me go for next point. Now let's check. So tell me now why we need controller in one line fast. Why? What they will give fast? Types fast, and what entity can be controller fast? Only 30 seconds. I need one word answer, no essays. So 30 seconds enough. Why we need controller? One line. Very good. To get logic and data. Superb. What they will give? Correct. So they will give you, so the same thing, it's almost same thing, like data and logic and all these things. Okay. And next thing here, then so types of controller. Types, I'm saying types. Yes. Standard, then custom, and then extension. Very good. These are the types. And which entity can be a which entity can be a controller in Salesforce? Workflow rule, approval process, security. What is the concept in Salesforce can be a controller? Very good. Apex class or object. So I think only custom object. Is that correct? I think only custom object. Is that correct? Very good. Okay. Standard and custom, both object. Very good. Okay. So don't have any confusion. Very good. Good going. Let's proceed for the next level. Now, as you understood all these things, now let's learn the first controller, standard controller. Okay. Let's see what is the standard controller. Our Visual Force page is dependent on any controller which is actually an object, that is standard or custom. Doesn't matter, by the way. But if it is dependent on object, then that controller is called a standard controller. Before we move ahead, see the output of the code, what I'm going to show you. Okay. And pre-code explanation for you. One HTML page will have many tags. Do you have any confusion in that? Do you have any confusion in that? Line number 126. Do you think you don't know this? You know very well. One HTML page will have many tags. Please note, one Visual Force page also will have many tags. Okay, this is the pre-knowledge I want before I show you the code. Okay, and apart from that, one more important thing. One more important thing. And first of all, I will show the output of the code. Okay. First of all, I will show the output of the code. So let's speak about that later. First of all, I will show the output of the code. I will show you output of the code. Okay. I will show you output of the code. Let's discuss about this later. And come to this page and remove this and paste. Okay. And let me remove this. What is this? Some kind of line. And click on quick save. So let me show you first of all output. Then let's understand what is standard controller. The Visual Force page saved. Now click on preview. All right, just look at this. This is my Visual Force page. And by the way, why that line is coming? How many tags attribute? Why it's coming? Where is that? I think that is something for questions. Okay, leave it. Quick save and come to this page and refresh this page. Just look at this. Again, why it's coming? How many times I have written that? Okay, let me remove this. This is a question actually. I forgot to remove that from that code. And now let me preview. And here we go. This is your first a proper working Visual Force page. Congratulations. It's a standard controller related Visual Force page. Okay. Now, by looking at the screen, how you will identify this is related to which object? On the screen itself, the hint is given. On the screen itself, the hint is given. Let's say I'm going to hide this. Now tell me. Yes, very good. Tabs. Very good. By tab, you can see its account tab is highlighted, so it's related to account object. Means the backend, the dependency is on the account object. So account object is given logic and business data. Very good. Or business logic and data. And now, as you understood the output, let us see one by one all the code. Pay attention. Please note here, one Visual Force page will have many tabs. Now, full concentration. This is very important. Full concentration. Okay. So please note, one Visual Force page will have many tags. One tag will have many attributes. We will see in below code what is attribute weight. Okay. What comes at extreme left hand side is called as tag, and whatever comes after that is called as attribute. Now just wait and see. Look at this example of tag which creates a button on Visual Force page. See right now what I'm doing. Actually, I'm writing this line of code. Okay. This is a tag with the combination of attribute. What is tag? Which is attribute? Wait. Just let's go for step-by-step activity. Here, whatever comes in the left-hand side is called as tag. So can you tell me what is coming on the left-hand side? What is tag? Apex command button. Very good. Apex command button. Use the complete word. Apex command button is the tag. Very good. What is the benefit of tag? What tag will you give? What tags will give you? B tag, U tag, H1 tag, command button tag. Yes, it will show some kind of output on the screen. Very good. It will show you something on the screen. Very good. So to show something on the screen, we are going to use this. So what do you think now? This tag is giving what? What do you think? This tag is showing what to us? What is giving? Button. Very good. This tag is giving button. So if you want to create a button in Visual Force page, then you are going to use this. Very good. Good start. Now let me show you the button here. Look at this. This is the button I'm talking about. Okay. I'm talking about this button which you can see on the screen. It's coming because of that logic which you have written. I have a question for you. Now in this case, here whatever comes after that or whatever comes after tags are attribute. Can you tell me what is the attribute in this case? In this case, what is attribute? Value save me, very good. And action save, superb, very good. Okay, what is the meaning of that? Don't worry, I will tell you. But please note here, whatever comes left is called as tag. Whatever comes right after that, in fact, whatever after tag comes is called as attribute. So what actually is going to give you? Let me show you. It will tell Salesforce to show one button on the screen. On that button, show text on button called as save me. And on the click of the button, call a function save. So actually, what to show is called as tag. What to do is called as attribute. See here. Apex command button is nothing but tag name. What to show on the screen is called as tag. Value save me is attribute. How to show on the screen is called as attribute. Action save. So if suppose I'm going to click on the button, what things you should do? What kind of code you should write or execute? That's also nothing but attribute. You are telling if anyone is going to click on the button, then call the function save. Please note how to show on the screen. That's what the output is. Okay. So now one tag can have no attribute, or one attribute, or many attribute. Do you agree with this? One tag can have no attribute. We have seen in HTML, and one attribute also possible, and many attributes are possible. Okay, please note this point. It can be having attribute, no attribute, three attribute, four attribute. It is possible. Okay, good. This is the foundation for you to understand all these stuffs. Now, please note only these two things are key elements in forming Visual Force page. Please note only these two things are key elements in forming Visual Force page. You should know only these two things. Visual Force page is ready. How? Let us see. See here, the requirement is to bring some fields of account object on Visual Force page and use the same. That is what we have done. Okay. So look at the code. There are some questions for you. In the line number 188, what is tag and what is attribute? What is tag? What is attribute in this case? Apex page is tag. Very good. And standard controller equal to account is attribute. Superb. Very good. Fine. What about this? Here, how many tags? How many attributes? How many tags? How many attributes? How many tags? How many attributes? Very good. Only one tag. Only one tag. Only one tag. At the left hand side, whatever is there, it's tag. So it means here the apex page block button is the tag. After that, there is nothing. So it means there is no attribute. Simple. Very good. And what about this line number 196? How many tags and how many attributes? One tag, apex page block section, and two attributes: title, my content section, and column. Very good. Fantastic. Please note this is what the Visual Force page coding is. Now tell me here. Please note that in this case, now I'm going to show you one important thing. Pay attention here. First of all, I'm going to explain you now line by line all the code. I'm going to explain line by line all the code. Now have full focus on the screen. I'm going to explain you now this code line by line to you. Okay, pay attention. Line number 188. Actually, we are telling Salesforce that I want to create a Visual Force page, and that's why I'm creating Apex page. This Visual Force page is going to have dependency on standard controller. That can be custom object or standard object, but in my case, I'm using standard object. Okay. Next, Apex form. Please note, if on your Visual Force page, if you are using any button or any field, tick list kind of things, anything, such kind of things, and if you don't write the Visual Force page code under Apex form, then Salesforce says, I'm going to throw error. It's a rule of Salesforce that this thing should come in the Apex form. You want to see this? Let me show you. Go to Visual Force page and see, I'm going to remove this. Okay, Apex form. See, line number 2 I'm removing. Line number 2 I'm removing. Okay. Line number 2 I'm removing, and line number 19 I'm removing. Okay. And click on quick save. Got it? So you are using button. It should be under Apex form. So there's a rule. If you're using button, field, etc., that should be inside Apex form. And why this will be, don't worry. As of now, it's not required for you. In the bonus syllabus, you will have one topic. At that time, you will automatically understand this. Don't worry about this. It's not important as of now. So I'm going to just to undo. Control Z, Control Z. Okay. Next line. After this Apex page block. Now see here. Actually, there is a pattern of writing Visualforce page, a standard pattern in the industry. First of all, we create the page blocks, and then we create page block sections, and etc. And this is something I already gave you as a part of hint before some time. Let me show you when I told you this. Just give one second. I have shown this to you already, and let me show you where is that. So we saw this. We saw something like this, right? So please note that in the industry, there is a standard pattern followed to ensure that all the pages, all the developers are writing Visualforce page with some uniform pattern. You're writing something, your colleague is writing something, and your manager is writing something, and every page is coming different. It's absolutely bad experience for the user. Okay. So here, please note there is a pattern. The pattern is with the beginning we start Apex page always. Inside Apex page we write Apex page block, Apex page block section, and then we write form. Or form is optional. We can write here also. We can write here also. Form is optional. You can use form anywhere. But generally, this is the sequence we follow as per the standard of this industry. Okay, so that everyone in the company will have same display of the page, or customer will have uniform process. So that's the reason here I have written here Apex page block. So now a question may come in your mind. So Shekhar, what is the output of this Apex page block? What it's in the output? Yeah, let me show you. See, let me first of all quick save and click on preview. And see. Okay, so it's working fine. Now see, I'll tell you what exactly is the meaning of that. See, this is your Apex page. Okay, this is your Apex page. Inside Apex page, this is Apex page block. Inside Apex page block, this is Apex page block section. So this is how we follow the system. Is it compulsory? No, but it's a best practice. So you should follow the same pattern because your colleague, your senior, your juniors, everyone will follow the same pattern. So this is the pattern we follow. Systematic step-by-step creation. Apex page block, etc. It's not compulsory, but in 99% of the companies, we follow the same pattern. So let me go back to that code again and see here. So right now I'm creating Apex page block and I'm giving title called as my content. And look at this. This is Apex page block and the title is my content. Okay, so page block is tag, my content is attribute. Then I'm writing the code for showing button. Let's focus on this as of now. Let's forget about this and forget about this for 2 minutes. Focus on this line only. Line number 193. Apex command button. Action equal to save, value equal to save me means the name of the button should be save me. And if you press on the button, what should happen? It should call the save function. It should call the save function. Okay, fine. Now, if I'm going to write a code by removing these lines, Apex page block button, what will happen? You observe and tell me. Okay. See, I'm going to write a code. I'm going to remove this Apex page block button. Remove this. Remove this. Quick save. And you'll understand why I'm telling you to follow best practice of the market. preview. And you tell me what change you observed. What change happened? What change happened if I remove that? Yes, the button went to the left hand side. Very good. One more thing. One more thing. One more thing. Yeah, the bottom button gone. Only one button. But in the past, it was two buttons at the top and at the bottom, and it was in the center. Let me show you again. And here we go. Control Z. Control Z. Click on Quick Save. Click on Preview. And look at this. Okay, I hope you understood the difference. So that's the reason in the real-time project, if we are using any command button, we write this inside page block button, which will help to customer. By the way, I want to see your common sense. Center button is okay, I understand. Center button, I understand. But my question for you is, why you think a top button and bottom button is helpful, or how it will helpful for customer? Center alignment is okay, we understand, for proper display. What do you think? Yes, very good. Correct answer. If the page is big, if the page is big, form is big, very good. So again, customer will come down, again it will go up, and then it will press save. Instead of that, if your page is long, here save, use any save. Okay, very good. Correct answer. Okay, so that's the reason we also give this kind of things in the real-time project to make things easy for customer, because in the real-time project, we'll have 10, 20, 30, 40 fields. Next, page block section. What this page block section is. Now, please note here, page block section means this much. This is page block section, okay? And the title is my content section. So let us see how we are designing this. Apex page block section and title is attribute and columns are attribute. So now, can you tell me that how it's possible in Visual Force page to show more than two columns, which is not possible in standard page? How? If anyone will ask this question to you, yes, very good. So in the attribute, the attribute called as column in the page block section, and you can mention column 3, 4, 5, 6, no problem guys, whatever you want to mention there. Okay, fine. Next, now this one is interesting. First of all, what is the meaning of apex input field? Apex input field is a tag which will help you to copy a field from the object which is mentioned as dash dash dash. Fill in the blanks. Apex input field will help you to copy the fields from the object which we mentioned as controller. Very good. Controller is the correct answer. Very good. Please note, standard controller is not the perfect answer. It can be custom controller also. So you should just say controller. Correct. Here, this object we declared as a controller. So from this object, data also can come, business logic also can come. Okay. Now, here it's very simple. This spelling you just write here. This spelling you just write here, and then give dot and the field name, ID, fax, phone, account number, industry, anything. Please note all these are fields available in the account object. Let me show you for your clarity that these fields are in account object, and we are actually going to just copy the field of that object. Let me just search here. So please note the standard objects are present in which area in the setup? Standard objects are available in which area in the setup? Yes, customize. Very good. Go to customize, and then let me go for account and fields. And please note, see, I'm just using this API names. By the way, is it a screen issue or display issue that there is no underscore C? Is it a mistake by Salesforce? Why it's happening like this? Then if it's not mistake, then why it's not coming? Yes, it's a standard field. For standard field, there is no extension. Very good. It's a standard field. Correct. All right, so now I copied four fields. You can copy 40 fields, doesn't matter. Here, but after reading this line, fine, it should be clear to you that how we can copy the field from one object to Visual Force page. My question for you is why you think we need this kind of things? Why you think we need this kind of things? Tell me. Why you think we need this kind of things? Like copy the fields from specific object, 4, 5, 6, 7 fields and show to the user. Why you think? Yes, some good answers I'm getting. You can take 10 seconds more, but think properly. We already have standard page. Then why there is need of creating such kind of things? Yes, very good. Multiple columns, 3, 4, 5 columns. Correct. Apart from that, in the Visual Force page, you want to write some kind of maybe some kind of JavaScript code. In the Visual Force page, you want to write some kind of additional functionality, integration, anything. These kind of things you cannot do in your standard or regular page. So we create a Visual Force page and then have full control with us. Second question, by looking at the line which I highlighted, immediately a question should come in your mind because that is different, other things are different. What is that? You should be asking me question immediately. I was waiting for that. No one asked, so let me ask you. Yes, correct. At line number 198, why it's having some extra input field? Very good, correct answer. Correct question in chat. Actually, this is a style of programming, okay? It's a style of programming. So if you want to write as a separate two tags, yes, no problem, write it. If you want to write just like this line number 199, okay, write like this also, no problem. My work is to show you the variations. Your work is to use as per your company's culture, whatever company you're joining. Okay, both are okay, both are same scenarios. Okay, and now page block section closed at line number 203. Page block closed, page form closed, apex page closed, and this way you guys successfully completed the standard controller example in Visual Force page. Now I have a question for you. I have a question for you. Please note, I'm going to show you this page to you on the screen again. See, I'm going to show you this page. Run. My question for you guys is, if I ask you if I'm a junior, if I'm your junior for 1 minute, and I'm not able to understand this current page is a standard page or Visual Force page, how you will guide me? I don't want, I'm not expecting correct answer, but still, if you can manage this, this is superb. If you can manage this, how you'll identify by looking at the page, because this knowledge is necessary in the real-time project. Please note, in the office, you know, should know this. Right now, whatever you're able to see is a kind of standard page that we got in the admin syllabus in the demo sessions, or it's a Visual Force page. Yes, very good, guys. From URL, for address bar. If you see something like Apex, X, Y, Z, whatever, then Apex, then X, Y, Z, whatever. It's a Visual Force page. Okay, remember this. Many new people don't understand this technique. You should understand this technique. This is the technique to understand Visual Force pages. What? Okay, and now here I am going to send you an assignment. Let me see how much is the time in India. What is the time? It's like 11. Okay, fine. Then we are done with our time. So this is enough for you. I'm going to send one assignment on this, by the way, and I'm going to send you also answer for this. So you work on this and don't see my answer, and then we'll see the next important point in the next session. And please note, on Sunday, please note, because this week we did not get much time for asking Q&A. So Sunday, 8:10 a.m. IST, we are having Q&A session. If you have any questions, queries, do come. If you don't have any questions, then just enjoy your weekend and don't come. Video will be given, recording will happen. Okay, Sunday, 8:10 a.m. And let's proceed and close the session, and let's meet on Sunday and then directly on Monday after that. I'm signing off, and this is the last session from USA. Now I'm going to be in India this weekend.